Hey folks, Quilly18 here, and welcome to Let's Play some Open Wheel Manager 2. This is currently in playtest over on Steam, and have we finally found a worthy successor to Motorsport Manager, the F1-esque car management game, race team management game. There was, of course, the F1 Manager game that was released, the actual official branded one, and it was a little disappointing with the initial release. They are coming out, they're going to do the annual version thing, as all sports games do, which, yeah, it can be a little rough on the pocketbook, but I am hoping the next version might be a little better. I'm ready to try it again. I'm ready to be hurt a second time. But in the meanwhile, we've got Open Wheel Manager 2 here. I have not tried it at all. You can see here, continue game, no save games, going in totally blind. Let's see what this bad boy has. So our name is going to be Quill18. Our past experience, ex-driver, engineer, car designer, commercial director. Let's go ex-driver this time. That sounds fine. Racing career has been most successful. We have important connections in the racing world. So we have a bonus to our negotiation factor. If I did check these, car engineer, more production points, car designer, more design points, and commercial director is more negotiation points. We don't really know negotiation points versus negotiation factor. We don't really know what these traits do yet, so we'll just go with ex-driver. That sounds fine. We, in our big underdog challenge of Motorsport Manager, we did go into the financier. So we'll mix it up over here. Game start program. Choose deliver before the new season. Generate random drivers. Allow change in the rules from the first season. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave these all as is to not mess with them. Although this choose delivery is pretty tempting. But no, I'm going to leave everything default for our first go here and see how it goes. 1996 Real Racing. Select game. Period. The end of the golden area of private teams. There are no safety cars, no red flags, no green technologies, and no overtake buttons. Point system is 10, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Only the top 6 score. No mods currently. Championship playable. Simulated tracks over here. None of these appear to be clickable currently in this playtest. All right, we'll just go ahead and hit continue then. That's fine. Team list. All right, we've got Bellucci, Buffalo, McFly, Green Energy, Kinowaki, Forza Orange, Coral, Pinardi Racing, and Villa RT. And I was just trying to take in some of these. Pinardi has a very low, well, it says balance. I'm assuming that's their budget. That's like balance remaining. Looks like Kinowaki starts with the most cash. They have great sponsors. Buffalo might have the best car out of the box. Now, I do kind of like the idea of going on another underdog challenge kind of vibe. I'm thinking that might be Pinardi over here. But maybe we should start somewhere in the middle. This is gonna be making me want to do references to Back to the Future. We could do Forza Orange. They seem to be not bottom tier, but they appear to be lower tier at a glance. That sounds kind of fun. So we won't be winning any races early on. The challenge will be to get in the points in any way whatsoever. And I like that. Still sort of underdoggy. We'll see how it goes. Sure, we'll enable the tips. That seems like a good idea to get started. Okay, so team policy, focus on research. All right. So presumably these are research points per week versus production points per week versus this might be our negotiating power. We get tooltips on this stuff over here. Yeah, negotiating points. Yeah, there you go. Got leadership points, design points, production points, negotiation points, learning points, driver points, tires works points, and engine work points. Give a speech before the race. Is this that's driver points, which presumably I don't have, or maybe this will generate it. Okay, yeah, it looks like I can click on these buttons. Hold on. Shares. The minimum level of confidence equal to level ownership shares the manager. If the level is above 50%, manager cannot be fired. Cost of 1% shares. Oh, I could sell some shares in the business to raise some money. Now, the problem is, I'm selling percentage of shares, and right now I don't own 100%. I mean, it's a good way to raise some extra cash, but presumably I can do this later. Maybe I won't do this quite yet. Installation of an experimental car part. Conduct a secret test session. Which one's sneakier? Let's do a secret test session? No. Okay, maybe this is a cost after all. All All right, we got a continue button over here. I got email. Welcome to the team. Everyone's looking forward to working with you to reach new heights. According to preliminary calculations, our car is now average in the championship. Pre-season tests. In a few weeks, pre-season tests will begin, where we will find out what positions we are in. Perhaps we will have time to solve some chassis problems before the tests begin. You can find out about the existing problems in the design department. Negotiation drivers, staff, and suppliers. You can make offers to drivers, suppliers, and staff when you are ready. But remember, the transfers market opens on the 25th week. Okay, I mean, presumably we're on the first week. There we go. Week 1996. So maybe we don't get actual calendar dates here. That's fine for a game like this. Until then, you can safely negotiate, but after this, that situation will begin to develop much faster and contracts will be concluded almost every week. It makes sense to pick 2 to 3 options for each vacant place in the next season so we don't miss out. In any case, if you do not sign a contract with staff or suppliers the next season before year's end, our management will do it for you, but bear in mind that they may not choose what you want. If you have sold shares of your company, failure to sign contracts can seriously disappoint other shareholders. You will not be fired, but a decrease in the confidence of shareholders will lead to a decrease in the growth of your authority. Free placers and sponsors. Still free places on the car for sponsor stickers. Let's close this issue while there's still quite a lot of time before the transfers market opens and you don't need to hurry with negotiations. Prize money, $100 million. Tutorial! Hello, my name is Catherine. I've been working in team as a secretary for several years, and I can offer guidance on how to run the business schedule of the team manager. First of all, you should see how chassis creation works by going to the car chassis 1997 screen. You will see 3 sliders that control the chassis parameters. By moving these sliders, you can change the chassis settings, making it less versatile in different types of tracks, but faster on tracks with suitable configuration. The further you deviate from the average value, the slower the car setup green zone will be, which is important in the race. All right. So 1996 chassis. Again, I don't have any points to spend over here, so presumably I can't do this, but apparently we've got high drag. Increase the efficiency of intermediate tires to 90% at asphalt temperatures between these. Okay. Oh, language error. We don't have tooltips over there right now. Again, this is a playtest version. Okay. So 1996, presumably our chassis is locked in. Chassis 1997, car setup green zone effectiveness 100%. We go and mess with this. So presumably bigger number better here. Like drag being big, it says effectiveness. So presumably this is simply a more drag efficient car. Yeah, so while we're in the middle, the green zone is fine, but then as soon as I go a little too far, it starts to dip down. So yeah, presumably over here, what we're doing is we're making a less draggy car, more slipstream, but less effective downforce. So worse in the corners, and then vice versa, a draggy car, but with more downforce available there. I don't know. Let's say we want to go fast. Let's bring ourselves here to 110% drag effectiveness and losing 3% on our cornering. Although we've also got clearance that we can mess around with over here. Oh, we can improve tire wear by increasing clearance. And the car length definitely also modifies tire wear quite a bit. I don't know, let's make our car a tiny bit shorter. We're really bad in slow corners. Quite good in fast corners. I don't know if I like this. I think I might stick with this. Just change the slope angle, keep the clearance and length middled up over here. Start research. Start developing the chassis. What's CFD? So we can spend more points here, presumably develop different areas of the car. Okay. Oh, I got more email. Chassis problems. Now that you've learned how the chassis developed, let's look at the result of the work from last season. Go to the car section. Here you'll see 4 main blocks. In the header section, see the level of the current chassis. This is one of the main indicators of your car as a whole. Please note the progress in the development of chassis will not carry over next season. Okay. On the net left, you see the already known parameters of chassis specifics. If the value is highlighted in red, there is a problem in the component, which we were seeing. Drag, there is indeed a problem. but we could solve it if we have some of these points. So I was going to say we might want to focus on design points, but we are, because the research category is already doing that. So that'll give us the points to solve the high drag issue. And if we accrue some of those points and somehow develop some tires work points, then we can improve the efficiency of our intermediate tires. But that definitely seems like a lower priority because, you know, that's only going to happen in certain races in certain weather. Right, main section of the page, you see the problem. Bottom, you see the efficiency of chassis, different types of tires, different temperatures on the track. Values other than green are problems you need to solve. To improve this, you need tire research points in addition to the earned design points. Okay, start work on the next year's chassis. Assembled a reduced chassis layout for next year for wind tunnel testing. And it turns out the car is showing better characteristics than we expected. That sounds great. By navigating to the car CFD section, you'll be able to enhance the aerodynamics component of your car. Developing aerodynamic elements differ somewhat from developing the chassis. Unlike the chassis, the level of components is maintained between seasons. And can only decrease during the next regulation change. Please take note of the cooling component, which is the only one that requires engine points. Low cooling levels can even lead to engine failure during a race on even the most reliable engine. I do like that. One of the things, now obviously as a player, this sort of thing could be unbelievably frustrating. But one of the things about Motorsport Manager is that barring the first couple of races where reliability was low and, you know, mostly the AI pushing their car a little too far and taking too many risks, you didn't get really very many car breakdowns. And in the actual F1, it's fairly uncommon for all cars to make it to the end of the race. Even without a crash, a lot of times there'll be some cars that just DNF, did not finish, just because they had some sort of mechanical problem and they had to pit and, you know, retire from the race. So it looks like there might be a little bit of a chance to do that sort of thing a little bit more. So the CFB screen, left block of the screen, you see level of car setup, green zone, and what affects it. Previously discussed how the basic parts green zone is formed. Right, now I can take another look over here, but yeah, I don't have the means to develop anything over here. Looks like our front wing is pretty weak, which I would think as affecting our slow corner speed quite a bit. So maybe that's something that we can look at. Or, well, if we do get the engine points somewhere in there, getting that cooling up and running seems okay. Contracts next season. By navigating to the finances section and selecting contracts 1997 tab, you can assess your team's state of affairs for the upcoming season. The amounts listed are for the entire season to simplify the balance overview. It is necessary to finalize contracts with suppliers and staff before the end of the season. Otherwise, they'll be automatically contracted and will impact your success next season. Drivers and sponsors can be signed during the season. Please note that the total value is not the entire budget of your team. It does not include the cost of buildings and other expenses. Therefore, don't be misled by a large surplus in the final calculation. Finances. Okay. Sponsorship support not limited to reputation. Let the sponsor in the search options. Search options. I'll find sponsors, but oh, okay. Maybe I need negotiation points before I can look for sponsors. All right. Balance 000 right now. Bank can provide you with loans. All right. Here's our 1996 contract. So we've got first and second driver and a reserve driver. Until 98. Our reserves only contracted to the end of this year, but that's probably not as much of a big deal. Whoever this role is, so some sort of business manager, negotiator, they might need a contract renewal. Looks like our tire suppliers, Good Grip, different engine suppliers. These presumably are our sponsors, based on the fact that we had these grayed out letters over here. Yeah, that seems to match up. 97 contracts. Yeah, no reserve driver, no marketing manager. I can search for a new one. Plus or minus, is this how good or bad they are compared to my current person? So I'm thinking, I can't click on Frank Wing. Oh, I'm confused as to what just happened. Oh, you got to click on their name. Okay. So Frank Wig seems to be presumably pretty good. Leadership 7, level 4. Total 11. I mean, I'm assuming. E. Palmer. New level 9 leadership level 6. Or leadership 9 level 6. No, this must mean something else. Because you can see here these guys, like compare this guy. Greg Day has leadership 7 level 1 versus Magnus here, leadership 10 level 9. But they both say -4. I don't know what that means. Daniel Palmer's my existing guy. Can I just recontract with him? And actually, it still says ±1. Maybe it's contract length? But why would someone have negative? Can I re-sign with you? And search for people. Oh, attitude to the team. Oh, maybe it's attitude to the team. But I can't figure out at a glance. Oh, there it is. So -4, presumably Magnus. Oh, presumably he's not interested in joining us. But one of these might be. I mean, you're 10-10. Already has a contract though. Okay. It feels like I should just re-sign Daniel Palmer here. Send contract. Oh, I don't have negotiation points, so I can't do that yet anyway. All right. Sponsor search. Upon accessing the finance section, you will be directed to the sponsor search section. Since I can't sponsor right now because I don't have the negotiation power, I think. I need to find sponsors, refer to the search form. Okay, we'll revisit that afterwards. Well, actually, I think if I do this... there we go. I was going to say, can generate a new email. Car repairs and upgrades. When you go to the production section, you'll see an overview screen that contains information about the wear of components for both your cars. Maintaining the technical condition of the cars is important because of high wear, although it does not affect reliability except for components with 0% condition. Will reduce the car's speed. Okay, so it doesn't affect reliability, but it does reduce the car's speed. Based on wear. Higher level of the component, the more production points will be required for repairs. Upgrades will require even more points in repairs. Engine replacement does not require production points. To try to evenly distribute the points throughout the season, there's no need to repair the cars to 100% after each session. As a thank you for reading my advice carefully, here's a tip. If you click on the repair or upgrade icon in the header above the columns with check marks, all check marks in the column will be selected. Okay, so production. So looks like right now everything's 100%. Yeah, none of this is clickable because I don't think it needs to be done. I mean, we haven't started doing the car yet. Back. How do I send tire supplier? I think we just continue to testing now. That's week 1. I guess it just continues 1 week at a time. We didn't get new email. Well, I could look at some of these other screens as well. I like that it highlights my drivers, makes them easy to find. So the first race is going to be in Brazil. Huh? Are they not in order then? Is this alphabetical? No. Because Austria is second. Oh no, the first race is in Brazil. These first 3 are just practices. Okay. The first actual race is Brazil. Okay. All right. Gonna driver, motivation neutral, chassis. We get the breakdown. I mean, they have currently all the same parts. Maybe I could have developed more parts. Actually, by advancing time, I guess we generated some points. Maybe I could have done something with them, but we'll see. Let's do our first race. Well, practice race, but still a race. 0% chance of rain. So we'll optimize for dry weather. Okay, so presumably as long as the weather is dry, I'm hoping I'm interpreting this correctly, then we'll get boost over here, but if it does start raining, we're going to take penalties. Their lines showed up in different areas. Instant result, I guess? Persons are fastest, reduce total number of effective laps due to frequent check-in. Leave blank to randomize. Okay. Oh, so that's the entire test weekend. All right. Well, then I guess we don't actually get to see the race for the test weekends. I mean, there's no race. Condition went down. Oh, yeah, I gotta remember to spend some points. So there's a chance of rain. Maybe we'll leave it neutral over here. Okay, I still can't do this until we do the setup. I'll leave it neutral. Ooh, bad results this time. And yeah, middle of the pack. Okay, so how am I doing on points over here? We've got some. Still not enough for anything over here. Can't do that. I mean, we could do the negotiation to rehire, but no, I guess we'll just go. We'll do the Japan weekend and consider some extra little repairs. We haven't actually tried the repair. Maybe I should have already started some. It looks to me like no chance of rain. They did a bad setup here, I guess. We're not to get to do the practice setup phase. Okay. Production. Oh, we do have to make it last throughout. I mean, should I just... I wonder how much this repairs by. Just gonna hit everything that's below 80. Just arbitrarily choosing to do that. Alright, it's gonna cost these points. And money. I wonder if does it always bring it up to 100? Preseason testing complete. Take the best times teams in all 3 sessions, get the top 3. So we're currently top 4, which is a lot more than I would thought. Okay. Well, let's see what a race looks like, I guess. All right. Ooh, race day, 50-50 chance of rain. I think we'll set up in a neutral configuration here. Ooh, that seemed like a good test, mostly. Okay, this is still just practice. Okay, car setup changes. Is that always instant results? How do I get... Or on quali? Maybe quali's instant as well. Gonna start 6th and 10th. Oh, looks like it is going to be raining to start off with. Can I get a weather report preview of what we think lap by lap might happen? What's here? So currently it's very wet, presumably. This is dry and There are slicks, intermediates, and then wet. And right now this meter's all the way over on the right. So we're starting on full wets. So right now the plan is fuel at the start for 41 laps. Plan for a pit after 41 laps because that's where these tires are going to go. But we don't know if the weather is going to be shifting along the way. I could instant result again, but let's go ahead and start race. Okay, can't click there. Control goes to 2D view. Oh, race menu. Okay, positioning, lap times, live condition, heavy rain, cloudy in 100 minutes, probability 2%. Is that probability of rain in 100 minutes? We're not getting a very detailed weather report. I wonder if there are building upgrades that will give us more detailed weather reports. Using, I mean, let's start in push. Attack curbs. Oh, is this team? I don't know. Let's start them aggressive. Pit stop strategy, sure. Press spacebar or play when ready. All right, let's go. Cars right now. Oh yeah, over there.
Ready for the lights to go out.
Oh,
let's race.
They're going away from us.
Cars are dashing for the first corner.
But the lights are over here.
Jockeying for position.
All right.
And hunting them down in third. Collins.
I like the announcement. How do I visualize from a car? Oh, there we go.
So as the race settles in the lead at the moment.
Maybe? And it's just switching to corners. Is there a car follow mode? All right, we'll do this then. Is that us? Did we fall all the way to the back? It still shows us as
Ilya Zelic has just moved into the
8th
lead.
and 12th.
Phenomenal move. Ilya Zelic in the lead. Korkmaz in second place.
All right.
Has just moved into
We got
the lead.
argument, exception, errors.
Ilya Zelic has just moved into the lead. What a phenomenal move.
Well, folks, we might have to let this one bake a little bit longer before we revisit this game. That's a darn shame. That's a darn shame. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned to the channel. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't. I'm definitely looking forward to revisiting this, but yeah, we may have to let the playtest bake a little bit more. Or maybe there's going to be some comments that talk about this being a known bug or something, and I'll see if there's like a discussion forum on Steam or subreddit or something like that about this. So who knows? Maybe there'll be another episode immediately because we'll have fixed the problem, but perhaps not. See you next time. Bye-bye.